It was an idea waiting to happen. When Luke Baylis and James Miller teamed up to create Sumo Salad 7 years ago, they saw a big trend towards healthier alternatives in the fast food market. Obesity was increasing, and many, especially women, we'll hear, were looking for simple, convenient food that was high on nutrition at a reasonable price, that was good for the waistline too. Sumo Salad hit the mark perfectly, and with the advantage of being early to market, with a robust business model, growth has been impressive. There are now 83 stores in Australia, 2 in New Zealand, 2 in Dubai, and 1 in the UK. Not bad for a couple of guys with a background in IT. Luke Baylis tells us that consistent growth even weathered the global financial crisis, during which Sumo Salad achieved record sales. Now, as the franchise celebrates its 7th birthday, Luke Baylis tells Heather Dawson of Business Essentials how the idea came about for 2 expats living in New York but thinking about home.
Well, James and I, we're Australian born, and we went over there to work in the IT markets over there, and we just saw a lot of the trends emerging out of the US. Particularly, there was a huge, and still is a huge obesity epidemic over there, and it's very similar type of problem to what Australia is incurring at the moment. And we saw a huge shift towards people's eating habits, and the media shifting their attention towards the obesity crisis and diabetes and other sort of health-related issues. And we actually put on quite a bit of weight ourselves over there and thought, well, we've got to come back and shift that. And it was through lack of options, really, that we discovered the business model, and that was 7 years ago now, and it's been launched really successfully. And originally it was very sort of niche and boutique-y in the city, and but now it's something that all of Australia can appreciate and enjoy. It's become it's got a lot more mass market acceptance now, which has been fantastic for the business, particularly the economic drivers of the business.
So you've seen a real shift towards healthier food in the marketplace?
Huge shift. Year on year it just gets bigger and bigger, and just the customers are becoming that much more educated with different things like low GI and organic foods and all these little things that were otherwise just something that the hippies used to talk about. So it's been really good.
Well, do you have a clear idea of who the people are that want to come to Sumo Salad?
The majority of our market is females that frequent shopping centres, typically an AB type demographic. And then the remaining is males. It's not huge on kids at the moment, but it's a lot of the people that are working in the shopping centres and frequenting the shopping centres at the moment.
Well, women then, but what about the proportion of males coming to Sumo Salad? Is that proportion growing?
The mix is quite stable. We've done a lot of improvements to our menu by adding more substantial, more hearty salads, more bread type products, and that's significantly improved our mass market appeal. But it's actually just grown our whole business, and it hasn't actually changed the ratio of men to female, but just sort of exponentially increased our sales.
Well, more and more companies are offering a healthier alternative in the fast food market. So how are you managing the competition?
We were quite lucky because we had first mover advantage. So we're now at 83 stores, where our closest competition is less than half of that. So we've now got a really good start on our competition, and as we've got more resources, more structure, better economies of scale through our purchasing, and we can provide our franchisees better returns, that shift is starting to increase more and more.
You said that the business model for Sumo Salad is extremely robust. In what ways?
The business model for Sumo Salad has been really robust in the sense that, coming into this global financial crisis, we weren't quite sure how it was going to go. Everyone was expecting doomsday type thing, whereas we had one of our largest year in sales. We were doing double-digit growth through some of the toughest economic times we've ever seen. So, and then it's consistently year on year just growing, by that 6 to 8%. Even as the economic and conditions are changing, it's just consistently getting better.
You've got really strong relationships with your suppliers.
Yeah, that's right. We've got very strong national relationships with our suppliers. It's very important we do that to keep consistency. We want the product to be as consistent whether you eat a salad in Western Australia or Sydney Airport. We want everyone to have that same quality experience. And to do that, we've got some very good relationships with our suppliers, and it's great for our franchisees as well. It's easy to order, it's easy to manage. you know, we don't have the same fluctuations that you know, other smaller companies would probably have without that buying power. And also the purchasing prices are great because we're putting so much volume through those suppliers. So it's one of those things where everyone wins by being part of that sort of, you know, that team environment.
So what makes Sumo Salad an exciting proposition for franchisees?
Look, Sumo Salads is very exciting because it's a very young, fun, you know, quirky brand. You know, we're very tongue-in-cheek with our approach, with our marketing. We don't take ourselves too seriously, and you know, and we're doing something different in the market. You know, we're providing people with a great quality value product that actually provides them with health benefits. So you can, as a franchise owner, you can hold your head up high and go, well, I'm actually doing something really good for my local community. And you know, and that's been the foundation of our business.
Do you have a clear idea of the sort of franchisee you're looking for?
We've got people from all walks of life, you know, people with, you know, food experience, you know, we've got accountants and just a range of broad experience coming into the business. We just want people that are passionate about the brand and that aren't afraid to roll their sleeves up and really, you know, run their own business and be proactive in driving their own business. We don't want, we're not looking for investor franchisees or franchisees that are looking to take a really sort of, you know, passive investment, because it's important, you know, and every business I think needs that owner operator to really drive it to maximise that success potential.
Now you offer a lot in the way of support and training.
Look, we've got very extensive support. You know, we've got operations managers across the country, multiple operations managers in each state. You know, which is quite a large investment for a company of our size. We've got you know, several national training managers. We've got marketing support, product development support. You know, accounts and finance support. There's a lot of structure around the resources that we've got, and it's specifically designed to make the franchisees' jobs easier and put more systems in place to take the complexities out of the business. We want the franchisee to take a proactive role with driving the front end of that business and being in control of the customer relationships and you know, and the growth and the marketing and the things that are really, you know, of great interest. We're trying to get the franchisees to focus a lot more on that side of the business as opposed to sitting in the back of the kitchen, for example, because we want them to be the face of Sumo Salad so they can really just grow that business effectively.
Okay, well, can you give us some idea of the financial arrangement? Is it expensive to buy a Sumo Salad franchise?
It's actually a lot cheaper than most franchises in the country, you know, and you compare us to most of the other national players. You know, in some instances we're 20–25% cheaper. Look, we do a couple of different types of stores. We do a kiosk, which is a very popular store for us, you know, and they cost between $350,000 and $380,000, which is a turnkey cost, which includes all your training fees, you know, inventory, all that sort of stuff. And then for the largest shop footprints, then it goes up to around that $420,000 mark. So still very affordable and still a very strong return on investment. And site location? We do all the site location. You know, we do a lot of the demographical analysis. We take a very proactive role with also making sure that there's a good fit between what the franchisee's expectations are and what our expectations are, so there's no fallouts later on down the track. And yeah, we're very involved in assessing the opportunity before we enter into it and making sure that it fits for both people. And what's been the feedback from the franchisees that have already come on board? We've had very optimistic feedback. A lot of our franchisees, you know, they've come in from different backgrounds, and they've found the system very easy to use and very easy and they've really enjoyed the change, the lifestyle change. You know, some of our franchisees are just so passionate about what they're doing and they're so excited to be a part of it that it actually gives us a lot of inspiration. So it's been great.